Welcome back to the Movie Mood,
where we get you in the mood for movies. It's been... Oh wait,
You're Heather.
I'm Heather.
And I'm Maya.
We're at our practice. Sorry, we haven't done one of these in like a month, since like just after Christmas.
Yeah, literally.
It's kind of crazy that. Yeah, wow. Anyway, we're back.
Well,
we're sorry about that. We've just been a bit caught up with the new year and going back to college and everything, but we're back. And I mean, as you can probably tell by the title, we're doing unpopular movie opinions.
Yes, excited. We actually already started talking about it when we were just like...
We just haven't done it until now.
Yeah. We were like, stop, don't talk. No. We will leave it for the podcast.
Yeah. Yeah, because we were having a conversation and then we were just like... so I've been saving all this up. But I've honestly, that conversation, I've forgotten half the things I was saying.
Same.
But I can, if all fails, maybe we can do like a part 2 or something, you know. Yeah. How's life been for you?
Life. No, it's been interesting.
Just
life. So I've been kind of starting to be a Twilight fan, but like not a Twilight fan, but like a Twilight meme fan.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I don't know where it even started from, but I think I saw a TikTok where somebody had like the Bella, where have you been, loca? Mug. And I was like, oh my god, I need that mug. And then they were like really expensive, so I just like customized one for like £3
on eBay.
Yeah, on eBay, and it's like my favorite mug. I use it every day.
It is a great mug.
It is a great mug. And then I was like, I need to get the DVDs of Twilight, but I couldn't find them, so I just started watching it on Netflix.
And then we found them today in CEX, and we were like, well, I don't want them now.
Yeah. Like,
have you seen that thing on TikTok where it's like, Freddie, you're supposed to be on lockdown?
Yeah.
And then there's one where it's like, Freddie, you're supposed to be on lockdown, but Vanessa, where the hell have you been, Loca? Oh, have you seen that one? Have you seen that one? Yeah, it's great.
It's just so bad that it's funny. I watched the second movie. I was going to watch the third one yesterday, but I ended up watching the new Emma.
Okay.
And just seeing the sex education cast. I mean, 2 people, it was just off-putting. I was like, I can't take this now.
It's like, you can't see him as any other character, but like that character is.
I was like, Adam! Oh my god.
Oh wait, I found the TikTok. What?
Freddie, you're supposed to be on lockdown.
Vanessa, where the hell have you been, Loca?
It's great.
My Pinterest is of Twilight now.
Yeah. We went onto Pinterest today to try and find pictures from
in college. I opened Pinterest in college, and what pops up?
They're like
Edward in like panties and
Edward panties.
Literally, my phone what's it called? My phone lock screen is Eggwood, like Edward, but like in an egg.
His face is an egg, basically. Yeah.
And my dad was like, oh my god, the time. It's 14:14. Whoa.
Oh, it is. Oh, guys. 14:14.
And I showed it to my dad, and he was like, I don't like it. And I was like, excuse me?
How could you not like Eggwood?
I was like, how do you not like my excuse me? How do you not like my Eggwood?
That was a good dad joke.
And yeah. How have you been?
Same as you, really. Yeah. Just kind of stressed over college. But update. If you find my letterbox, you will know this. But Maya got me the Professor Layton movie for Christmas, if you listen to that. And I've watched it twice and loved it both times. And I will most definitely be watching it again. Probably about 1,000 more times. So yeah, no, it was very, very good. So yeah, there's a little update on that. Yeah, if you find my letterbox though, you probably already know that. But yeah, basically like everything else, just the same as you really. Just gonna stress over college. It's been quite busy actually. Been quite busy, but it's nothing really that exciting.
Yeah, I mean like a lot has happened, but like nothing as well. It's
really
been like
weird
with our college.
A lot's happened, but nothing exciting. Or nothing out of the blue that's like, I need to tell you about this. You know?
Yeah.
Now, so move on to the
unpopular opinions.
Yeah. How many do you have? Because I originally had like 3, and on the bus on the way home I was coming up with some more, and I actually have a lot now.
I have 9.
hold on, I need to count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I'm not sure. I haven't put bullet points. So.
Oh, okay, 11. That's fair enough. Okay, yeah.
Some of mine are probably just quite quick though. So,
right, straight up, I'm just gonna say, La La Land is shit.
stop! I literally had that written down. Well, not shit, but I just couldn't get into it. I literally
just put shit.
Oh my god! I literally have. Okay, I can remove that one because now we can talk about it. So.
Oh shit! I just deleted my whole.
Did you just delete your whole notes page
by accident? No.
You are having a laugh.
Oh, okay, wait, no, don't worry.
Have you not got an undo button?
Yeah, I got it. Got it back.
Yeah, okay.
I got it in my deleted folder.
I was gonna say we just.
Because I just touched it like accidentally. Oh my god.
Oh. Anyway, yeah. No, I agree. I think I can see how like the visuals and it's like visually pleasing.
I want to like it. But...
I want to like it, but I just couldn't get into it. I think a lot of it for me was the romance. Okay, you know what? This can merge into another one of my unpopular opinions. I hate romance movies, so that's like 2 in 1, a double whammy for me. I don't like La La Land that much, and I hate romances, and I think they kind of merge together into why I don't really like La La Land that much. Sorry, go on.
That's fine. I mean, I don't mind I like romances, but just like I don't. No, I mean I like romances. I don't like rom-coms, for example, but like actually depends which. But anyways, back to La La Land. I just didn't like those song after song after song. I was like, I don't know. I kind of got bored with the songs because I was confused with the whole storyline. And, like, I'm not a fan, like, I'm not a massive fan of musicals, even though, like, because of you, I'm kind of just starting to get into more musicals.
Yeah.
I'm starting to appreciate them more. But just La La Land, I had high expectations towards it, because everyone's like, oh my god, La La Land is amazing. And then I watched it, and I was like, I think I got through, like, half of it, and then... but yeah, I was distracted throughout. Like,
I was exactly the same. I was actually because my dad watched it and he was like, "It's really good. You should watch it." And Heather, it's a musical, so you'll love it. And I was just watching it, and like at the time, I was like, the songs are alright, but they're not really very memorable.
Yeah.
The songs aren't memorable, and I don't really have an inclination to listen to the soundtrack, you know what I mean? And coming from a theatre kid, that's like a big statement, like so I think that's just why I don't mind lots of songs, but I like a lot of the time, but I think it wouldn't be as bad if they were better songs. To be honest, I probably would have, but I was watching my dad, and he was getting mad at me because I was actually really distracted, but I kept picking up my phone because I was bored, and he was like, why are you not watching it? And I was like, I don't really want to watch it. Thing is, like, no, I can kind of see the appeal because visually it's got, so I can see like its iconic scenes, and like, I think it's more like the visuals are really it's the strongest point.
And Emma Stone,
and of course Emma Stone is just top tier. They were the best things about it. Everything else was kind of a bit of a flop for me. Like, it's like, okay, no, here's another unpopular one. Like, it's kind of more of a theatre one, but whatever. I didn't really like Hamilton that much. I don't think you've seen Hamilton.
No.
But it was, that's just another one really quick, but it kind of links into why I didn't like La La Land, because it was all songs, there was no script. And I was like, please just give me some dialogue, you know, like...
See, I was talking about it with, they invited over a friend, and we were just like randomly talking, and I said something about Letterboxd, and then I saw your review about Hamilton, and I was like, oh my god, and then I mentioned it, and she was like, oh my god, like, how can your friend not like Hamilton? I do not understand that. Like, it's amazing. And I was so offended.
See, no, I really, really wanted to like it. There was some really good scenes, like Satisfied, that whole scene, it was really, really good. And I can understand, like, I
feel like it's the songs they like.
Yeah, I like some of the songs. Some of the songs are good. I'm not gonna lie, like the da 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 da. That is a bop. But I think it's really impressive, like the set and the way it all comes together, and the dancers and the acting's really good. But I think the storyline just gets lost on me because I don't really care too much for American. I mean, I say I don't care too much for American history. One of my favourite musicals is Newsies, but I I just couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
I found it really, and I watched it twice. I watched it with my mum as well, and after watching it twice, it didn't really like sway me to like it more. I don't know what it is. It just, the story didn't grip me. It got a bit confusing. But the songs were good, and I do have some of the songs on my musical playlist, so I will give it that. I think like I would give it like 3 stars for it's like the way the musical comes together, but as like a story I would probably give it like a 1 or a 1.5. In the Heights is better than Hamilton. These are ones I'm just coming up with on the spot.
I haven't seen In the Heights as well.
In the Heights is good. It's very corny, but it's very good. The songs are really good. It's visually really good. Like there's this whole scene in like this pool where it's like, it's what musical to movie adaptation should do, where it like expands what you can't do on stage. And actually that brings me on to one I actually have written down rather than just coming up with one right straight on the spot. When they make movie musicals, like adaptations from stage shows, they should wait until the show's finished running before they make it. Because if you make a movie out of a stage show while it's in its prime, people are going to watch the movie and be like, oh, well, there's no point going to see the show now. Yeah. And once the show is finished running, by making a movie afterwards, it kind of keeps its legacy alive a little bit.
And then, like, the fans of, like, the show could be like, oh my god, there's a movie.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, it just kind of keeps the legacy running a little bit. Like, that's why I think Dear and Handsome is in its prime right now, and they made a movie which...
And now nobody wants to see it.
And now nobody wants to see it. Well, yeah, because I think because a lot of people didn't like the movie either. Yeah. Which I kind of did like the movie, that's another subject. It's like, because the movie kind of flopped, everyone's just kind of gone, like Dear and Hanson's not good. But I've heard so many people say, like, people who are like, Dear and Hanson's their favourite musical, who didn't like the movie, but it's still their favourite musical, you know. It kind of does, like, it can really sway people's opinions of the show, and yeah, by doing it after the show's finished, it just kind of keeps it alive a little bit, and it doesn't really ruin it either way for anyone who wants to go see the show, you know. But I don't know, that's just me. I think we definitely need pro shots, like professionally recorded, you know what pro shots are, like professionally, like Hamilton or like Shrek the musical. Like professionally recorded shows rather than musicals first.
I feel like, okay, my unpopular opinion is that Lorax is better than Despicable Me. At least, like, maybe not the first one, but like the other, I don't know.
Okay,
actually.
that would agree with. I would say the first Despicable Me I like more than the Lorax, but the rest of the franchise I like the Lorax more.
Yeah, I don't know, because maybe it's because I watched Lorax recently, and then I haven't seen Despicable Me in like ages, and I've probably seen it way too many times. That's why I probably don't like it as much anymore. But I feel like, I don't know, the newer like Despicable Me's are just getting worse and worse. I feel like Lorax is a bit more musical.
They're milking Despicable Me a lot.
It's just too much. Like,
there's a new Minions movie coming out. Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants that. It's
also, you go back to saying the Lorax is like as a music. I see it's sort of it's not necessarily musical, but it's got like it's got songs in it.
I know, I liked it because there were like songs in it, but it wasn't like a musical.
Yeah,
but there
just
were like
enough songs for it to not count as a musical.
There weren't the song overload, but then also it was like not just like soundtracks, but actually singing, which I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the songs kind of felt well placed as well. It wasn't just kind of like a song for saying have a song. Like, they felt really well placed. Yeah. How Bad Can I Be is a bop. It's so good.
Yeah, it's literally because I mentioned that. It's literally
so can I be? I just do what comes naturally. Yeah, that's a good song. I think, I mean, I would say that the story of the Lorax is a lot better because it's actually a really sad story. Like, it's like a kids movie, but the story is actually really depressing. And I think it's probably a lot more well felt out than Despicable Me, but Despicable Me I have a real sentimental connection to because it's one of my favourite like comedy movies. It makes me laugh, like it always makes me laugh. So that's a hard one. It kind of depends on like whether you're looking at the story or the characters or the humour or whatever.
Yeah, I guess it depends on who likes what. You know?
I love them both so much, but I know I said Despicable Me at the beginning, but now I'm questioning. Actually, no, I'm still gonna go for Despicable Me, but I do think the Lorax is better than Despicable Me in like other ways, if that makes sense. Sorry, Netflix just posted me about the Umbrella Academy, which is my favourite show. And I thought it was a release date for the new series, but it's not. It's just posted today because it's 2222 today, like the date. So yeah. Anyway, back on topic. Two movie franchises I can't get into is Marvel and Star Wars. I can't get into Marvel and Star Wars.
I don't want to watch Star Wars because I just want to be different.
I know we're quirky and different.
I'm a quirky gal.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
And Marvel, I want to get into it, but there's too many Marvel movies, and I don't know.
Marvel's stories always gets way too complicated for my liking.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I liked No Way Home, right? Because it still felt like a good standalone Marvel movie without having to know the context behind the rest of the movies. As long as you just have basic knowledge of Spider-Man. Like, I've only ever seen one other Spider-Man film, and I literally don't remember the bee's knees about it. And I still loved No Way Home, and it still made sense because I just kind of, as long as you just know the basics, you're fine. You know, yeah, and I mean, there was a bit where I had to question, because there's a whole bit where his identity gets, like, revealed and everything. I had to turn to my dad, I had to get him just to explain it to me real quick, but once he told me what had happened previously, I was like, okay, and then it made so much more sense, and it just, and
Andrew.
And yeah, of course, honestly, he was the best Peter Parker he's my favourite Peter Parker. No. Actually, I'd say Tom was my favourite Peter Parker.
But he's the best.
Oh my god, you have so many monster cans. I've just seen them.
Oh yeah.
I've just looked up and seen a monster can.
Last year, I was like, I need to try every flavour. I'm kind of over them now, but they're just here for decoration at this point.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, sorry, I got distracted again. So Tom's probably my favourite Peter Parker, but Andrew Garfield's my favourite Spider-Man.
Yes.
Just because I think Tom fits the bill a lot more. But as a character, Andrew Garfield excels in every way. I would say it's unpopular, but I don't think it's unpopular anymore. 5 years ago, it probably would have been an unpopular opinion. But now, everyone's obsessed with Andrew Garfield, so I don't think it's unpopular anymore. I think the unpopular choice now is Toby, to be honest.
Yeah, I swear.
Yeah, so I think that's just why. And Star Wars is kind of the same. It's just a bit more dull than Marvel. I'd say I like Marvel more than Star Wars because Marvel has comedy and it has good action, whereas Star Wars feels a lot more serious.
Yeah,
it just feels a lot more serious, and you can't really just kind of have as much of a good time with it as you can Marvel. So I would say, yeah, but
the theme song is iconic. Actually, speaking about this on Snapchat while I was in the bus about Avatar, and it was actually quite funny because I literally put it down like right before you texted me. Like,
really?
Yeah, and so in my opinion, I feel like it's quite an unpopular opinion because I don't think Avatar is that good.
Oh, I remember I was talking about this.
Yeah, and it was quite funny because I literally put it down on my notes, and then we started like 5 minutes later we started like talking about it. It's quite funny. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like I mentioned before to you, I feel like it's impressive how they pulled it off because it's like a lot of work to actually make them how they look like and everything. But I don't know. I didn't really get into this plot. I didn't. Yeah.
I understand that. I can't speak too much about the plot because I haven't seen it in the longest time. All I remember is that there's this dude who does like this experiment and he gets turned into this alien. And he gets plugged in, he gets turned into this alien, and then he's got like save like the avatar. What's it called? Pandora. That's what it's called, Pandora. Yeah, and that's all I really remember. I probably should rewatch it because I can't really speak too much on the plot, but it is visually so good.
I mean, the walking is funny, and I love that. The plot, I don't know, I'm not a fan of the plot. It's alright, but it's not amazing. I'm excited to see the new one because I feel like it could have improved so much, and it probably looks really good now.
It's been in development for ages, so it better be good because of how long it's been in development.
Yeah, they better be good.
They better be good, yeah. So, like, the Five Nights at Freddy's movie has been in development since 2015. Since 2015, that's like
7 years.
That was so long ago. That was like, how many years ago was that?
It was like 7, nearly.
7, yeah.
Jesus! 2015 was like 7 years ago.
Wait. Was it longer than that? Wait, it is 7.
It is 7.
Oh
No.
that's scary. Okay. But yeah, so I always feel like things like that, it's like it better be good, because
yeah.
not that I'll be watching Final Fantasy's movie because I'm like terrified of horror, but I still think it'll be a cultural reset if it's good, because people have been waiting.
Honestly, I kind of forgot about it.
To be fair, I'm waiting for it, and I'm not even going to watch it, but I'm just like, I'm kind of one of those people that gets really interested in it, but I like stay away from it because it's like horror, and I hate horror, but I get really interested in it anyway. Like so I think if you're going to release it at any point, it's going to be like now when it's blown up again, because it first blew up in like 2014, when like the first game got released, and then it was popular for a while, and then it kind of died, and now they've released a new game and it's popular again, so now it's like popular again. They should release a movie now, you know.
I swear 2015 was like 3 years. I'm still I can't deal with this. How is it so I was like 10.
Oh, that's weird. I would have been 9. I would have been about 9.
Yeah, so 10. God.
Completely.
Yeah.
What's another one? I don't get the hype around Ryan Reynolds or Johnny Depp.
Right, Ryan Reynolds, he's quite funny, but yeah. Whereas Johnny Depp... No, I was the same as you. I was like, oh my god, Leonardo DiCaprio was better. But recently, yeah, I mean...
I think it's necessary, like...
I
think they're both character actors. They don't really do anything diverse.
Yeah.
My favourite actors are always people who can do a variety. Like, so my favourite actor is Andrew Garfield. He does he can play anything basically. I haven't seen him play a villain, but he's done so many different things.
You see, I want to watch Mainstream because he's in it, but I can't find it anywhere.
I haven't heard of that one, but I have to check it out. Oh my god, Emily Blunt.
Yeah,
she's and
she doesn't disappoint.
Yeah, exactly. And Anna Kendrick.
Yeah,
they're probably my favourite actors that come straight to my brain because they know how to fit every. Whereas Ryan, and same with The Rock. The Rock, he always plays like a character.
Do we even consider him an actor? Sorry,
he just plays himself. Do you know what I mean? He literally just plays. Yeah, I like Ryan Reynolds. I think he was alright in Free Guy, but everything else I've seen in him. To be fair, I haven't watched Deadpool, but I've heard he's quite good in that.
I watched like 10 minutes of Deadpool and I turned it off. Is that an unpopular opinion?
Well, it is now.
Yeah. You see, talking about Pirates of the Caribbean, I've seen the first one and I did not like it. And I don't want to watch the rest. So yeah, I don't
My
like
dad doesn't like
Pirates
of the Caribbean either.
Yeah. I still think Leonardo DiCaprio is like better than Johnny Depp. Period.
That's fair.
Alright, so your turn then.
To be fair, I'd actually agree with that, with Leonardo DiCaprio being better. I haven't actually seen that many Leo movies.
He's such a good actor that, like, he doesn't disappoint.
He was really good in Don't Look Up. Yeah. He's so good.
That's why every movie I turn on and I find out Leonardo is in it, I'm like, this is going to be a good movie.
Yeah.
Like, I've never seen a bad movie with him.
That's fair. Yeah.
So.
Have you seen the Romeo and Juliet movie, though?
Oh, okay, yeah, that was bad.
Yeah.
Fair enough. James Bond,
I have that written down as well.
I don't like James Bond.
I have that written down, yeah.
Why is there so many James Bonds? It's like always the same thing. Like, there's a villain, James Bond saves the day, he falls in love with a girl. I mean, doesn't even fall in love, he just sleeps with her.
Something I've written down.
And then just...
Sorry.
Yeah.
Interrupted, sorry.
Leaves her and then saves the day.
Rooted with misogyny.
Exactly.
That's what I've written down. I know it's kind of alongside the sub-line of, like, I don't really like him, and, like, that's me. It's just, like, we got a really cool, badass female character in No Time to Die.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of her after, like, 10 minutes. And I was like, I really thought she was going to be a main character.
Yeah.
And, right, I'm going to say a massive spoiler alert for No Time to Die, so if I haven't seen it, skip forward a little bit. But, so, have you seen No Time to Die?
Yeah.
So, he dies at the end, straight up. People are saying, like, oh, don't make James Bond a girl. And I'm like, well, like, it's not, the next James Bond isn't going to be James Bond anyway. So why does it matter if it's a girl or a guy? Especially
he has a daughter as well.
Exactly. And, like, what was that girl? I can't even remember the lady's name who was in No Time to Die. It was, she I don't know, she would just be such a good candidate for the next
Well, his
the next
replacement.
James Bond replacement.
Yeah.
Because that's what the next James Bond is. It's his replacement. It's not the next James Bond, because you can't have another James Bond because he's dead, you know?
Yeah.
If James Bond was still alive, I would say keep it male because it is a male character. But now that James Bond's dead, make it female, please, for the love of God. Because these movies have been rooted with misogyny since like the beginning of time. We need a female lead, you know? I was not expecting to get jump scared twice in that movie. I got jump scared twice and I was not happy about it. I think I want to go. I think the action in it is good. But that's its only really good thing about it. I'd say. I think everything else. I was just kind of a bit bored. Yeah. That I hate romance movies, so I guess I can probably just move on. It's just so sappy and so cheesy. It's unbearable. Horror is a shit genre. And I'm not just saying that because I don't like getting scared. It's so repetitive.
I like thrillers.
That's fair. Thrillers are less repetitive,
Yeah.
I'd say, than horror movies. Yeah, that's fair enough. And it annoys when people put them under the same umbrella because they're so different. But like slasher movies in particular, they're so repetitive.
I don't even find them
boring.
scary at this point. It's like, oh yeah, there's obviously someone in the forest. Like Jesus.
Yeah. There's got to the point of horror movies where there's like nothing original anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Which is another reason why I think they need to release the Five Nights at Freddy's movie ASAP, because it's a very different concept to a lot of horror movies now. And because it's kind of like an older idea, it's when it gets released, it's going to feel more original to like this time period, if that makes sense. Because a lot of horror movies like now are very much like murder. Like have a lot. Well, I mean, Five Nights at Freddy's. I'm not saying there isn't murder. Five Nights at Freddy's. It kind of revolves around literal dead kids in animatronic suits, but it's like its whole premise just feels very different to a lot of current horror movies.
Yeah.
And just saying horror, and I'm literally not just saying I don't like horror movies because, well, I don't like horror movies because they're scary, but I just think the genre is just so boring. Like, I've never read a concept for a horror movie and gone, ooh, that's interesting. They're always just so like laughable as well, because it's like you know, like Scary Movie. I haven't seen Scary Movie. I've seen this one bit of where there's like two signs that say like safety or like death, and it runs towards death. And I'm like, yeah, that is literally or like when they fall over and they will stay on the ground screaming, like, no, girl, get up and run. Like, please, just
pretty shite. So I'm gonna switch the subject up a bit because so my unpopular opinion is that Twilight 2 isn't even that bad.
I haven't seen it. Well, I have. I've seen like 15 minutes. I turned it off, but
I feel like the first one, it was like really bad. It was just fun. It was kind of a bit cringy. Not cringy, but like it was just funny. Like they tried a bit too much, and just I don't know. Whilst the second one wasn't that bad, like it improved a bit. It wasn't amazing, but like the plot wasn't too boring, and then it also like the editing was alright. But I finally saw the meme. Where the hell have you been, Loca?
Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca?
Bella, where the hell have you been, Loca? It was in that, and I think that's why I kind of liked it more.
It's the best for memes. I'm not sure how unpopular this is, but I've seen a couple of people say it and get attacked for it, so I'm writing it down. I love the live action Aladdin.
I've never seen the live action.
I low-key like it more than the animated one. Okay. Which is, that statement's unpopular. Saying I like the live action probably is unpopular, but saying I like it more than the animated...
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I haven't seen the animated one in a while, but I just love the colours and just the... And I love the fact... oh my god, Jasmine got like her own solo song, and she got like her own little moment of her spotlight, and I don't know, I loved it. I thought it, and then I saw like loads of people hating on it. I was like, what? Like, did you watch the same movie as I did? That's pretty much what I have to say on it.
My unpopular opinion is that the Penguins spin-off is better than Madagascar.
Ooh.
I don't know, it's just they're amazing. I love penguins.
I would agree. I would agree. Oh, that's hard because I am so... Oh, that's actually really hard. So I want to agree really, really badly, but I'm also holding myself back. I would say I like it more than the third one definitely.
Yeah.
It's probably on par with the second movie. So my rank would probably be the second and the Penguin spin-off are like equal. Then the first one, then the third one.
Yeah.
So it's on par with... Okay, that's the thing. It's on par with the sequel, and it's above the other two movies for me.
Yeah. It's just...
But
how can you not love the penguins?
They're the best part. They're literally...
And in the series, like, King Julian was also there.
Oh, literally, the series is literally one of the best animated, like, shows I've ever seen. Yeah, the penguins are honestly the best part about Madagascar, for real. I think that's why I like the second one so much, because they had, like, they had a lot more screen time, and they had a really important role. Whereas in the third movie, they did them dirty. They just kind of became comic relief, and they didn't really do anything. They were just there. But they were comic relief in the second one, but they also did something to help the plot of the story. You know, they made the plane. They flew them over to Africa. Well, I mean, they weren't meant to be in Africa, but you know, they just did so much, and we stand the penguins. Can the penguins please run this country? Can they please just take over and just run this country? But yeah, I think the world Penguins of Madagascar world domination is very much needed.
Yeah.
I love Penguins of Madagascar. I would agree with that, to be honest. Yeah, Penguins of Madagascar supremacy. Yeah, I would say that. Kind of leads on to something I've written down, which is I love DreamWorks spin-off movies, so Penguins of Madagascar and Puss in Boots. I love the Puss in Boots movie.
Sure.
I think I love the Penguins of Madagascar movie more. Penguins of Madagascar is one of my favourite DreamWorks movies, for sure, up there with Megamind and Shrek 2, but I do love Puss in Boots, and I think it's underappreciated.
Yes.
I like it more than the third and fourth Shrek movie, and I feel like a sinner saying that. I don't like it more than the first and second movie. Maybe. No, I don't like it more than the first and second movie, but it's definitely underappreciated, and I think we should appreciate Puss in Boots more. Loki like it more than Donkey in the second movie.
Yes.
Donkey's still a legend though. Donkey's still our icon, but so that kind of you saying about Penguins of Madagascar kind of leads on to that one. I really love the DreamWorks spin-off movies, and I think they're slept on a lot.
All right, and we're back. Hopefully, my laptop.
If the laptop doesn't just like break.
Oh my goodness! Wow.
So yeah, it kind of depends on the class you're talking about. Lilo and Stitch is still my favourite Disney movie.
Yeah.
Encanto is a close second though. But yeah, just sort of a lot of the ones before the 2020.
Don't ask me.
Yeah, no, it's 2000. A lot of the ones before the 2000s era, I like Encanto a lot more than them ones.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, for example, Little Mermaid, I don't like it. You know, Aurora, the Sleeping Beauty, like, she kind of pisses me off. Like, why would she touch, like, the pointy bit? Like, don't touch it, girl. Like, it's sharp.
I love when you got mad and you were like, oh, sorry.
Sorry.
I know, it's so frustrating.
Don't touch it, girl. Stop it.
Why, in what world would you see a pin on a spinning wheel? Oh, yeah, that's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, and I think Encanto is just so good because Disney's had problems since the beginning of time for being, you know, like sexist and just not representation. Yeah. Well, not necessarily sexist, but just very much damsel in distress,
very,
you know,
like,
perfect princess, very like unrealistic body shapes. Whereas Encanto just has a lot more representation than they have.
This new one, isn't it? Yeah.
It's because they weren't going to make Louisa muscly, but then there was producers who argued against it, and they made Louisa buff, which makes sense because she's like strong, right? Yeah. And now she's one of the favourites because of how like strong but vulnerable she is, and it's like, well, there you go, Disney. It just goes to prove that characters that people can relate to are a lot more popular than characters that are like perfect, you know? Yeah. Which is actually kind of why I love Enchanted, because she's meant to be this perfect princess, but she has her problems too, and it kind of makes fun of that, you know. It's kind of like her coming to the real world where like kind of like perfect princess is like looked down upon. It's kind of like, it's kind of funny. It's so cringy, but it's like it's meant to be like that, but it's so funny. But yeah, anyway, but so yeah, there you go. Encanto, like it, not all of the old ones, but it was
some. It depends which one.
Yeah,
some are just like classics and like iconic.
A lot of the old ones like Snow White and Sleeping Beauty and maybe Cinderella. it's so much better than
Yeah.
those older ones.
That's actually like my point, but I might just squeeze it in whilst I'm talking about Disney.
Yeah, go for it.
I think that Princess and the Frog is like seriously slept on. Like,
I
it's so
love Princess and the
underrated.
Frog.
I know.
She
I love it
is
so much.
probably one of my favourite Disney princesses ever.
Yes,
Her-
it's so underrated as well. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh my god, Belle is my favorite. I'm like, ew, no. I mean, I don't.
Ew.
I mean, okay, Belle isn't that bad, but I feel like she's just a bit too perfect, and I think that's why I don't like her. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's like,
She's a bit too.
reading books, I'm so smart, and I'm also so beautiful. I don't know.
Matilda did it first. Well, I don't think she did it first, but she did it better. But yeah, we're talking about Tiana. Tiana's such a girl boss. She worked
Yes.
hard for her money each day to open her own restaurant and achieve what she wanted to
the
achieve.
songs as well.
Yes, and she is a girl boss. I love her. Same with Meg from Hercules.
Uh-huh.
She's awesome.
Similar vibes.
I love her. Yeah,
And I mean, the songs in it as well.
the songs in the Princess
jazz
Frog
little. Yeah, I love her, Tiana.
makes me want to go to New Orleans, although I know it's completely not like what Orleans. Here we go. Frozen 2 and Wreck-It Ralph 2 aren't that good.
Yeah, I don't think that's an unpopular one.
Is that not unpopular? I've heard people saying Frozen 2 is better than the first one though. Maybe not Wreck-It Ralph.
I think that's an unpopular opinion. Oh wait.
I think
Yeah.
Frozen 2, I've heard people say that it's better than the first one, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think it's just really, like, it doesn't make sense. I could not tell you, I think I've seen it twice, and I could not tell you a single thing about it. I could not tell you a
Neither.
single thing that happened. Olaf died, came back again, like he did that in the first movie. They split up at the end of the movie. There's like this massive song where she's going into the unknown. She finds this cave, finds this water horse, and that's it. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And nothing. There's no real like plot. I think the songs in Frozen 1 are so much better. Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't even like Frozen that much. I feel like
I agree.
Rapunzel's like better, for example.
Frozen is overrated. No, I liked it at the time, but then I kind of got older and it got more popular. And not to be one of those people, but I kind of just got bored of it.
Yeah.
I couldn't get into Grease and Titanic. I don't know why.
Titanic's alright, but yeah.
I just don't like the story of Grease. The music's good. Don't like Grease that much. Okay, I just have 2 left. I like the Into the Woods movie.
Yeah.
Nobody else does, but I like the Into the Woods movie.
I like it.
I like it. I think it was enjoyable. I think that I don't like James Corden that much, but he
didn't
did
annoy me that
he
much.
did a really good job in Into the Woods, and I would say
Yeah.
that's his only performance in a movie musical where I've actually really liked his performance. Last one, Lin-Manuel Miranda can sing well. Maybe not all the time. He has his moments where he can't really sing, but people always think he's a bad singer, but he's not. He's just theatrical, and he's just like. He's a very theatrical singer, and people kind of just. I really like his style and like his voice. I don't know, and he can act good as well. And people always hate on Lin-Manuel Miranda, but man's a genius, and he's talented. He can sing and he can act and he can write songs that absolutely slap. That's my unpopular opinions, and then I have like 2 hot takes, which I think we should like talk about really quick before we close.
Sure.
Watching a children's show movie does not make you more or less mature.
Yeah.
You could be like the most like mature and like sensible person and watch like
Movie.
like Paw Patrol every day, and you wouldn't be less mature.
Yeah.
Best voice acting should be a category in the Oscars.
Yeah. It should. Like, why is it always like? Yeah.
Like, these voice actors, I mean, good voice acting can really make or break a movie. It like, have you ever like listened to like voice acting and been like, yo, like,
Shut up.
yeah, just there would be someone who'd be so much better at that. And like, why are you doing it? Like, no.
Yeah.
Good voice actors that don't get recognised enough. And voice acting skills, like, and they usually, you know, Jack Dylan Grazer, he voiced all his lines for Alberto and Luca in his mum's wardrobe.
He should, yeah.
Like,
Oscar
he voiced
for
them
that.
all in his mum's wardrobe. Like, come on. And he did an amazing job at Alberto. Yeah, so I could talk about this for a while, but I'm not going to because we've been talking for ages. So that's more of a hot take though, rather than unpopular opinion. So yeah, there we go. Oscars, get your act together.
Yes, sort yourselves out.
Right. Spoken a lot. I just kind of got carried away, but yeah.
We hope you enjoyed this episode. It's been a while since we talked here.
So here's a long one to make up for it.
Yeah. Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you for listening. We'll see you next time on the Movie Mood podcast.
Where we get you in the mood for movies.
Ciao. Bye.